Hello my friends and welcome to Youth Potential. I'm your host Scott. I'm a millennial from the UK and I've been living with mental illness for the last 20 years, and in my early 30s I was diagnosed as autistic. I also live with emotionally unstable personality disorder, depression and anxiety, and that is the type of content that Youth Potential produces. Before we continue, I just wish to point out that Youth Potential is basically an uncensored channel and platform. And this is because I believe that mental health and neurodiversity should not be censored when discussing them from a constructive point of view. And the same goes for the comments section on these videos. Just please be mindful of other people when leaving your comments. Thank you very much. Now enjoy the video. Hello my friends, Scott here representing Youth Potential. We are now on episode 20 of the Untitled vlog. The Untitled vlog where I just talk about random mental health related stuff that's happening in my life. So, first thing I want to talk about is, as of tomorrow, if you've not already following me on Instagram, tomorrow from 7 till 8 PM UK time, I'm going to be doing like a little drop-in session through a live stream on my Instagram. The Instagram, if you're not already following it, is youth_potential. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the live stream for an hour, and it's not going to be me with bullet points and a script and talking about a specific subject. What it's going to be is a drop-in session where you can come and leave some comments and just talk about how you're feeling. Like if you've got something you want to get off your chest, or something's been stressing you out, or you're anxious about something, or something's making you feel quite down, just come along and talk to me, all right? I'm going to be doing it just using the comments, and I'll obviously talk. But if anybody does want to do kind of like a live stream where we're talking live to each other and other people are watching us, welcome to do that too. And if you just want to watch and see what happens, obviously just come along. If it kind of takes off and does well, then I'm going to do the same thing on YouTube. Once a week, every single week for an hour, okay? I thought, rather than just doing like a live stream once a month or whatever, I thought maybe if I dedicate a certain amount of time every single week where anyone can come along and talk when they feel they need to, then at least anyone who follows me knows at this time, on this day, I can come on to Youth Potential on Instagram and eventually YouTube and just talk about my feelings, whether it's leaving comments or joining the live stream, like literally talking live with me. No pressure. Come along if you want to. If you don't, fair enough. If it doesn't prove that popular, I'll probably just test it on YouTube anyway, because the subscriber versus follower difference on my two social media platforms are quite vastly different. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And if there's no one joining at a certain moment in time, I will just continue and run the live stream and do, I don't know, some work on my laptop until people join. So that it's going to be there that whole hour regardless. If for whatever reason there's an emergency or I've booked something else and I can't do it, I will give everyone a heads up. But I'll probably do like a makeup live stream during the week or whatever. So yeah, that's that. I thought about I'm going to do a video on the channel related to mental illness and AI. There's been a few things in the news this past sort of week or two that I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to do that. Will be my next video on this channel, which I'll aim to do during the week this week at some point. It was my eldest daughter's 12th birthday the other day, and recently my children have moved quite far away. I say quite far. It's a 6-hour drive without stopping. That's far enough for me in the UK. That's like from one side to the other. I'm really excited about spending some time with them next weekend when I go up there. I just hope, I'm sure they will. I'm sure my emotions will be able to stay stable. I think I've got pretty good at keeping them under control recently. And to be honest, that's not just through mental preparation. That's also been through, I've been taking iron tablets recently. A really good friend of mine recommended them. He said, like, if you're feeling really fatigued, which I do a lot because I don't eat a massive amount of food, I've been taking those, and I'll tell you what, I've had less naps than I normally would, and I honestly feel like I've got more energy. I wouldn't say I go crazy because I know I'm prone to burnouts, but I go to work, I feel like I've got energy. I come home from work, I still feel like I've got energy, which before I didn't. And I've made a real effort to eat breakfast. I know that sounds silly, and you're supposed to eat breakfast anyway, but I wasn't really eating much for breakfast. So now I've forced myself to make sure that I have 3 meals a day substantially, and I've noticed that in this last sort of 5 weeks that I've been taking those tablets and made a conscious effort to eat a bit better, I've got more energy. And having more energy, I've got more energy to, keep this under control as much as I can. I did have a good cry the other night when it was my daughter's birthday, because I wasn't there to spend time with her, and I watched something. I was doom scrolling through YouTube shorts, and I watched something that was nice, but it did make me cry. It was like a happy cry, and it was one of those times when I just needed to get out. I felt so much better afterwards. So yeah, in terms of the book, I'm currently reviewing the depression chapter at the moment, about halfway through that. So I'm hoping, I've got an extra day off next week. I'm hoping to crack on with that some more. And anything else been going on? Anything else been going on recently? No, I think that's probably it. Yeah. What about you lot? How have you been? What's been happening in your lives? I know I don't reply to all of my comments and messages and all that, but I do honestly read them. And come along to the live stream if you got something to say. Even if you want to just input your bit that might help someone else, that's absolutely fine. You don't necessarily have to be someone who's struggling. You could give some advice as well. It's always welcome. So yeah, that live stream every Monday, 7 till 8 p.m. UK time on my Instagram, which is youth_potential. Soon enough, it will be on YouTube, hopefully. Cool. Take care, everyone. Speak to you all soon.